John Tyler watched over his daughter Lexi's shoulder. "It's just Excel, Dad," she said as she entered a bunch of numbers. "It's kind of a glorified calculator." "I could use it if it were," Tyler said. "There's a lot of voodoo in this program." Lexi grinned. "Even though we don't use much of it, it has good power under the hood. I figured you could appreciate it." "Don't compare this blasted app to a car." Tyler pointed at a cell in the bottom right. "Am I profitable?" "So far," Lexi confirmed. "I hope you're not planning a long vacation with the proceeds, though." "It's a start." He patted her shoulder. "Thanks, kiddo." "You're paying me for this, right?" "Will I still be in the green?" "Barely," Lexi said. "I'll take it." Tyler looked at his watch as the door chime indicated someone entered Special Operations Car Repair. "This must be my interview." Lexi gave him a funny look. "You're going to hire an employee?" Tyler nodded. "I'll be able to organize work and get things done faster." He waved his hand toward the monitor. "Your little cells in Excel will appreciate it in time." "I hope so." She stood. "I'll clear out." Lexi left the office, and a moment later, a man knocked on the doorframe. He was a Latino with a light brown complexion and short dark hair, which he wore a bit spiky on top. Definitely not a style he could have sported in his active duty days. The man stood about 5'10", the same height as Tyler, and looked a little more slender than his potential boss. His only remarkable features were the top of a tattoo peeking above the top button of his white shirt and a prosthetic lower left leg. Tyler couldn't see it, but he could discern it from the sound it made on the floor, and he'd heard about it when asking around about his prospective employee. "I'm David Ortiz," he said, extending a hand. "Thanks for coming in." Tyler shook the man's hand. He could boast of a good grip. "John Tyler." "Good to meet you," Ortiz said. He gestured to a chair and dropped into it when Tyler nodded. "Glad I got here before the storm." Tyler glanced outside the window. The sky had grown grayer throughout the day, and a strong wind blew the trees in the median strip of nearby Northern Parkway. He was no meteorologist, but it seemed the recent cold snap intensified. "Me too. Look, I've never really interviewed someone for a job before. I used to work in a shop not far from here. Now, the owner there works for me." This all happened because a drug cartel burned Tom Smitty Smith's business to the ground a few months ago. Ortiz didn't need the information up front, however, and Smitty would be unlikely to tell him. "I heard good things about you from the people in the garage at Fort Meade." "A lot of guys come in there and don't really know what they're doing." Ortiz shrugged. "I helped out where I could. I was a 91 Bravo. A wheeled vehicle mechanic." Tyler enlisted under the same MOS over 30 years ago. Despite 4 tours with Special Operations, he'd kept his mechanic skills up. "Me too, when the Army didn't tell me to go shoot the Taliban instead." "I know." Ortiz flashed a brief and awkward smile. "I looked you up when you asked me to come in. You're kind of a legend." Tyler scoffed. "I'm a guy who did his share for his country in 24 years of service. Plenty of us out there. A bunch of men and women did more than I ever could." "I made it to Staff Sergeant. Only saw 1 combat tour." Ortiz frowned and rubbed his left knee. "IED?" Tyler asked. "Yeah. Once I got hurt, I went back to fixing things until I didn't re-up. Though I guess my days of driving a stick are over. You could probably still beat the more famous David Ortiz in a foot race." "He's won a few more World Series trophies than me, though," the former sergeant said with a grin. "Plus the Hall of Fame thing." Tyler asked Ortiz about his experience working on cars and found the answers satisfactory. Years of fixing Army Jeeps and scavenging for parts tended to make decent mechanics. Tyler knew this from experience. "If I offer you the job," Tyler said, "how many hours a week could you do?" "Probably 3 or 4 days," Ortiz shrugged. "I'm flexible. You need me to come in? I probably can." "Great. Can you start tomorrow?"